Man, I was just thinking about like the occult birth, and it's just this idea of how we're all controlled, and it kind of starts back with old English law, and in England a judge they rule on a bench, and the bench is I think the term is a bank. I mean, that's really what it comes down to if you're in court most of the time. It's just about money and where does it go. It's all Saturnalian, and I don't know why, but everything's like Saturnalian. Like, here, hold on. Yeah, I know. Okay, well, wait, hey, go to quarantine area here. So this is. You see how the storm is a hexagon on top of Saturn? Here, pause. So they have these cubes everywhere, and there's 6 prominent ones that they worship. Like here. This is like the one. It's a black box, okay. If you take a hexagon, I'm gonna see if I can't find an example. Okay, so if you take a cube here, take a cube. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the cube, right? So like Mecca, they worship this cube. Other places, Saturn worship. See, it says Saturn worship. What did I type in? Black cube occult. Saturn worship. Look at the storm on Saturn. Okay, look at the storm on Saturn. Look at the cube. Where'd that cube go? There it is. There's the good example. It's the same thing. You can go to space. I love Space Odyssey. I can't spell. Hold on. Odyssey. Black box. Anyway, even in that, they're worshiping this, like the monkeys are, or whatever. And it's always Saturnalian. Like when you graduate, the Rolling Stone is the natural man. It's the head. It's the round head. And you go to school because you can't have families and stuff like that for a New World Order. You got to be taken away and put in your own tribes and stuff. So they took the kids, they put them in school, then they graduate, right? And then what do they put on their head? What is it that they put on their head when they graduate? What do they put? Tell me what they put on their heads. Oh yeah, it's a box. It's a cube. And then the idea is you take it from the natural man, and then you take that lanyard and you put it over to the now you have the you're part of it, part of the system. Part of the you're a small unknowing part of the occult. Okay, so that's why you got to go through that little ritual. Not everybody's in the occult, and there are other ranks. There are the useful idiots, us who go to high school. People who rule on the bench. They rule at the bank. They're in a court, just like a tennis court, and they're hitting the ball back and forth. And whoever gets the most points, they get the money. Or they win the case or whatever. So, I don't know. I don't even know what I was talking about. The occult birth. I don't even know if I can get through the occult birth. What was birth? You know what a ship sits in? It sits in their berth. When if you look at like the currency, the flow of money, right? You got the flow of money. We'll say it's called a river, all right? What do you got on each side of the river that controls that money? You got a bank on this side, and you got a bank on that side. Banks and banks, So I have banks. So they control the currency in the world. And when you're born, it's the same thing. You are a bought and paid slave. Because you're getting born into a system. You're going to get a number. There's a reason for that number. Like Bill Gates said, there's a big problem. There's 1 billion people on the planet that they haven't gave a number. It's a huge problem for these people. And if you just kind of... So... You get a number. You can actually take your birth certificate. You get the original. You can look up how much you're worth on the stock market. because there's a value to everybody, and if you don't participate, they'll put you away to jail you, right? So when you're born, you go down the birth canal, and just like a ship, when they sit in their berth, all ships are females because they're about to give something to the country, a couple cars, TVs, whatnot. So they have a dock officer that marks down everything coming in the country because you got to know, you got to tax it, right? You got to tariff it, and so you sit in your berth, you see the dock officer, you go down your mother's birth canal through the water, so you're in a canal, and you see the dock officer. I mean the doctor. You see the doctor, and they say, "Oh, it's a stillborn, not worth anything." Or they say, "Oh, it's alive, and it's worth this much." They slap a number on you, spank you on the butt, and you're on your merry way. It's just like we've always been slaves in one way or another. Now, it's pretty good right now. I'm a happy slave. I'm a happy slave. I don't think it could get any better. And I don't know what everybody's bitching about in 2020. Yeah, this year sucked, but dude, it still couldn't get any better. So they want to burn down. They want a revolution. Whatever. We'll see how that turns out. So the occult birth. Even if you don't participate in society like they want, they don't care about your worth. They'll find another way to make money off you by putting you in jail, right? And it's because you have that power, and they can take it away. Why can they take it away? Because you're a slave. And of course, you can't go around killing people or whatever, but they do jail people for bullshit. Sorry, they do. They put you in a cell, like a battery cell, right? They charge you. They're charging you up. They're getting you ready to get back in society. They're going to charge you up. They're going to put you in a cell and just let you sit there for a little bit until you want to start working again, until you want to start participating in the program. Be a good slave. You got to be a good slave. And that's why you get charged with battery, and you go to a circuit clerk, and there's all these other terms that are just ridiculous. We're all controlled. We're all controlled by words. They put a spell on you, man. It's the spelling they use. They will change definitions. They will use them to control you. It's the only thing we have to control anybody is words. Isn't that weird? I feel like God knew that. I feel like that's just something it is. Like, I don't know why. If God chose to speak everything into existence, time, space, and matter. He spoke it all in one verse, pretty much, and everything else is just a frequency of vibrations all held together. And I think a lot of people would tell you that. A lot of smart people say, like, "Oh, I didn't touch you," because no Adam ever touches each other. It's like, well, I guess how, and that's through frequencies, and this is shit they don't really understand, like field theory and stuff like that. It's still a theory. There's no definition of a field in the realm of science. There's how the fuck do magnets work, type of shit. We just don't understand. We just don't understand it. Anyway, it's all a part of the occult, No one's ever been freed, you it's just when you get more and more free, it's just more and more people become part of the slavery, right? I don't know. And that's how it worked in America anyway. We used to be able to get married, right? We can't get married now. Just think about it. Where do we have to go to get legally married? We got to go ask for permission. If you got to ask permission, you can't do it, right? Well, why is that, you think? Anybody ever thought about it? Well, it just is. Why do we have to register our guns and stuff like that? There was a time when we owned slaves. There's 1% of the population that owns slaves in this country. Once they were freed, they took away a lot of other freedoms. They were still racist as hell. They didn't want blacks marrying whites and stuff like that. So you had to get it approved if you wanted that. They weren't blacks owning guns. They were just under slavery for so long. Like, you know, give them a gun, so he had to ask for permission, and it just worked so well that just became for everybody. And it's just how things go. It's just, I don't know. They always find a way to make up for the loss of the stronghold, you know, and it usually just you just involve a lighter core method on more people. But anyway, this day and age is just nuts because the way they're doing shit is just so like, if you're not really paying attention and then you like start talking about it to anybody, you just sound like a fucking complete nutbag, you know. But this is all like stuff that like really well-rounded people are talking about, and they're like really well-rounded ideals and things that happened. So I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. 2020 has been hell of a year, but we still got it better than ever before. Anyway, this is Brother Darn It All just rambling again about nonsense. And I mean, this Saturnalia shit goes back forever. So if you wanna, I don't know, don't even bother. There's just more to life than this shit here. Alright, well, this is Brother Darn It All signing off. Have a good day.